The wedding was in full swing, everyone laughing, clinking glasses, exchanging compliments, and Aisha stood at the edge of the crowd, calm and composed, simply observing, and people noticed her immediately. A woman whispered to her friend, "Is she staff?" Another laughed softly. "I think she just wandered in." A waiter approached politely. "Ma'am, the guest's seating is on the other side." Aisha smiled lightly. "I'm fine right here," she said, and didn't move. Across the room, the bride noticed her and frowned. "Why is she still standing there?" she asked the bridesmaid. "She's not on the list," the bridesmaid replied. "Then why hasn't anyone told her to move?" The bride rolled her eyes. "This is my wedding. She shouldn't even be here." Music softened. Daniel, the groom, appeared, smiling at friends, greeting family, adjusting his cuffs, moving with ease until his eyes landed on Aisha. Everything froze. His steps slowed. His face changed. He started walking toward her, past the bride, past the guests, and the crowd noticed immediately. Conversations died mid-sentence. "What is he doing?" someone asked. The bride looked shocked. He stopped in front of Aisha. Neither spoke for a moment. Then he smiled. "You came," he said. She nodded. "I said I would." He turned to the crowd. "There's something you all need to know." A hush fell over the room. "This woman is the reason I'm standing here today. When my family lost everything, when I had no future, when I had nothing, she was there. She paid for my education. She believed in me when nobody else did. She never asked for recognition, never expected anything in return. She just believed." Guests murmured. The bride's face hardened. Daniel took a breath. "And before tonight, before any of this, I asked her to marry me first." The room went silent. "She said no," he continued. "Not because she didn't care, but because she wanted me to become someone worthy of the life I claimed I wanted, someone strong enough to stand on my own." People shifted uncomfortably. Some guests whispered apologies to each other. Some avoided eye contact. He turned back to Aisha and held out his hand. She hesitated, then took it. Together they walked forward, past stunned guests. Some clapped hesitantly, others stared silently. Daniel whispered, "You made me who I am." "I only did what was right," she replied. The crowd watched, unsure how to respond. A guest leaned toward another. "Did you know about this?" "No," the other whispered. "All this time, she's the reason?" More whispers spread. A group of women exchanged glances. "I can't believe we treated her like that," one said. The bride muttered under her breath. "How did he let her in here?" Daniel stopped near the front and raised his voice slightly. "Everyone who thinks status defines worth, you can leave now." A few guests left immediately. The rest stayed, silent, processing. Another guest approached Aisha. "I'm sorry," they said quietly. "I judged you unfairly." "It's okay," she said. "We all learn." A man from the back asked, "How did you know him?" Aisha smiled softly. "I didn't need to. He knew me." People began whispering among themselves, realizing they had misjudged everything. The bride stood frozen, her face pale. Daniel took her arm and whispered, "Sit with me." She did. The guests watched as the woman they ignored became the center of attention, respected not for wealth or status, but for what she had done, quietly, without asking for recognition. Later, during the reception, Daniel spoke to Aisha again. "I wanted them to see the truth," he said quietly. "Not because I needed to, but because they deserved to learn it." "You didn't have to," she replied. "I wanted them to know," he said. They walked through the crowd together. A man muttered, "I feel like an idiot for judging her." Another woman whispered, "I can't believe we thought she didn't belong." Daniel turned to Aisha and said, "They'll never forget this." She nodded. "No, they won't." A few children ran past, and a guest joked, "Look at her, still so composed." Another laughed. "She's the only one with real dignity here." The bride avoided looking at them entirely. Daniel whispered, "I asked her first." Aisha looked at him. "And I made you wait," she said. He smiled. "You taught me patience. You taught me character." They walked past tables of stunned guests, some shaking their heads in shame, others quietly clapping. Later, Daniel raised a glass. "To the woman who made me who I am," he said. Guests whispered among themselves, finally acknowledging the truth. Some nodded. Some sat quietly, lost for words. The bride didn't respond. Aisha and Daniel moved through the room, side by side, greeting a few guests politely, but mostly ignoring the chatter. The night continued. Music played, people danced, but nothing felt the same. Everyone who had judged her now understood. Respect isn't bought, status doesn't define character, and the quietest person in the room can be the most powerful. Daniel leaned toward Aisha. "You changed everything," he said. She smiled. "I only did what was right." "No," he replied. "You change how they all see the world now." The guests continued to talk, whisper, apologize, and reflect, but the lesson was already delivered. By the time the night ended, Aisha and Daniel were still standing together, the only two people who truly mattered in that room. And Daniel repeated softly, almost to himself, "I asked her first, and she made me better." Aisha smiled. "And you kept your promise." Outside, the night was quiet. Inside, everyone remembered what they had learned. Worth isn't measured by appearances, and power doesn't announce itself.